Hey everyone, welcome to
the Velvet
Room, Velvet Talks. I don't know what this is.
The Velvet Talk.
The Velvet Talk.
Cool. This is a Steven Universe centric episode, especially for I can't word today. It's for the episode that just recently aired. The
Catch and Release.
What was it called? Catch and Release.
Yeah.
And based around Peridot, favorite character of mine.
So this is just going to be a little something different, just kind of as a little bonus. Who knows? Maybe we'll do more of these. I don't know. I just thought it would be kind of fun, especially because Steven Universe is taking such a turn. And since Galaxy ended, and we don't have Galaxy to talk about Universe. But let's just talk about the episode.
Yeah, we did use Galaxy in that way, didn't we?
Yeah, we used it as a goddamn crutch. But what a great episode, though.
Oh my god, that was so...
For anyone who likes Peridot, I should say.
It was just really fun. I always knew Peridot was a really big sweetie. And if anyone could change Peridot, it'd be Steven. I knew it.
Well, that's kind of... It's interesting because back before this episode, it was kind of inferred that... I mean, a lot of people were kind of being like, oh, she's not going to get an arc. She's not going to change. We're not going to learn anything about Peridot. I was on board with that one, actually.
Really?
I liked the idea of Peridot being the Jack Spicer of Steven Universe, where it was kind of like the comedic villain that didn't really get away with anything. Like, if you look at all of Peridot's attempts...
She was for a bit.
She was for a bit, but that's one of the reasons why I really like Steven Universe in this way is because... These failures piled on top of each other, and at the very beginning of this episode, you see it just crumble. Like that was her last chance. That was like that last idea she had.
Last ditch effort.
Was just it. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I was sorry. You.
Oh, that last ditch effort to just leave the planet. It was just you watch it crumble, and all these failures just pile on top. And in that sense, it's like it's great to have the Jack Spicer of your show, but it's also really nice because Rebecca Sugar and the staff that do the show obviously know that, like, realistically, you know, all these failures are bound to hit hard eventually. And then the rest of the episode is just, you know, fun and dandy. It's crazy, actually, how much I enjoyed this episode.
Yeah. God, I just, everything about it was so sweet. I love how Steven has never, ever thought of Peridot as a bad guy.
Yeah.
Do you notice that? Like, even when he first met her, he was just like, oh, hi, I'm Steven, and whatever. And now, back to this, when it's clear that she wants nothing to do with the crystal gems, she just wants to leave. She's been doing all these things, helping Jasper and all that, and Yellow Diamond. But Steven just doesn't even care. He frees her and is like, oh, okay, so tell me what's on your mind. So like, oh, wow, Steven, you're so good.
and on top of that, like, one of the things that I always think back on is when they go to assault her at the warp pad originally, and he says, Steven says, "Have a good weekend." that everything about Steven's character is so sweet.
He's so
and,
sweet
and wonderful.
Yeah. It definitely shows in episodes like these. Like, yeah. He does that a lot, like with the centipedal and other things and just everything. I don't know. Steven's great.
To be honest with you, I'm really glad that we had Sadie's song right before this episode. I find that when we have episodes like Sadie's song where, like, I know people who were complaining that, like, there wasn't any gem stuff going on.
Yeah.
But we need that moment of no gem stuff to get a lot of gem stuff.
Besides, it's called Steven Universe, not Gem Universe.
Well,
it's about Steven and his interaction.
And the crystal gems.
That's not what the friggin' title is.
And the chipmunks.
It's Steven Universe. That's the title of the song, man.
Steven Universe and the Crystal Gems. Isn't that not the name of the show?
No, I'm pretty sure the show is just Steven Universe.
Okay, well...
Maybe I'm wrong. So we'll just agree to disagree here.
We'll check after the recording, and then the next we'll just be like, damn it all.
Yeah, one of us will be unhappy. Oh, but that's fine. That's fine.
A lot of cat-like Peridot. That was something I was not expecting. I was not expecting small, chibi Peridot.
Yeah, she's so cute. And that's kind of weird because now that I think about it, I guess it's just normal for gems to be on the small side. I mean, Sapphire, Ruby, Amethyst, and Peridot are all, like, Steven size.
Actually, yeah.
Isn't that weird? Like, Pearl and Jasper and Lapis are the only ones that are really kind of tall.
I wonder if that's...
Lapis isn't even that tall.
I wonder if... Yeah, actually. Huh. I wonder if that has something to do with...
Oh, and I guess Rose is huge, but I don't know.
Rose is huge.
Maybe it has to do with how much power you have?
I bet you anything that there was an actual reason, like if someone, like, years down the road, or maybe the interview already exists, if like Rebecca Sugar did something about the sizes, I bet there's something about the gems that they're named after in nature, how big they become. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe,
I don't know, but it seems like whenever I look up stuff, or whenever I'm browsing through Tumblr, I always find that one post that's just always like, you know, Jasper's this way because of the name of the gem it's named at, or the gem that she's named after is it has these qualities. Pearl is like this because it has these qualities, you know, and it's just
and that's always cool. Yeah.
This, I mean,
that makes sense, yeah.
But I mean, like, this episode just, I feel like a lot of it just boils down to, like, there's just a lot, like, I didn't feel, like, there's some episodes where it's like, wow, we're almost at the end, and, like, you know, nothing's really, like, you can either see where it's going, or it's just kind of, like, Sadie's song was just going through the motions of, like, okay, we know this is how it's gonna end, this is how it's gonna work, Steven's gonna come on stage, like, you know, that's just the way it is. But with this one, I remember, like, thinking to myself, like, that's the end of the episode?
I know, it seemed like, geez, could you at least have resolved a little bit more plot, please?
But I bet you anything, this might be one of those, like, the week of Sardonyx or the Stephen Bomb kind of thing.
I hope
we're going to have, like, next week.
It's probably just going to be, like, more Peridot kind of fluff stuff where she's just sort of learning about Earth and what it's like. And then we're going to get into things... Yeah, it's just gonna keep going like this. I don't want to make any kind of assumptions or get too in depth because we are supposed to just be talking about this episode in particular.
The cluster.
Yeah, what is up with that?
Well,
it's obviously have to do with the weird, gross
the fusion, the forced fusions. Wow, like just the idea of when she talks about the cluster, it almost sounded. At first, I was like, "What kind of force would be strong enough to make someone this afraid that the whole world is going to end?" And all I think to myself is like, you know what would really suck is if whatever this cluster is and Malachite happen at the same time, and then Steven's like, we have to stop them, and the Garnet's just like, let them fight.
Just let them fight. That'd be funny. One huge ginormous gem fusion of everyone we've seen so far.
I mean,
just a huge mishmash.
Oh God,
that'd be awful. That'd be horrific. There's so many arms.
God damn it. To focus on this episode, just a little bit more. It was interesting. I mean, it's really weird because this episode, for what it was, confirmed so much and also added so much about Peridot. It confirmed that the arms and the legs were enhancers. It confirmed that, you know,
still don't know what her weapon is.
Still know what the weapon is. Okay, it didn't confirm, but it did change the fact that Peridot is actually really small compared to the other gems. And so it's funny because I follow a couple Lapidot artists, and they're like, we don't know what to do.
Yeah, oh no. Peridot's a child now. Yeah, that sucks for all you Lapidot shippers. I'm not sure if age matters to gems, but Peridot's like 5 years old. I'm pretty sure Rebecca Sugar said Peridot is literally 5 years old, and her growth was just like enhanced or something so that she could be functional. And Lapis has at least 1,000 years old. So. Hey
man, in the world of gems, age is nothing but a number.
yeah. Okay.
Jesus Christ. All right.
No, yeah. Lapis is beautiful. Peridot is beautiful. They're all beautiful. To wrap it up,
all right. All right. Final thoughts
if
on the episode.
If we're wrapping it up, I mean, there's other things to talk about, I suppose.
Was the episode?
Amethyst's beautiful hair.
Fuck, yeah, dude. Amethyst's goddamn beautiful Greg hair.
I know. Whichever artist was being Amethyst that day, you did good.
Yeah, gee, I love the... There's just something about where, like sometimes when you look at Amethyst in, like, the earlier episodes, like, the hair... I don't know. There was something about this episode that just kind of screamed like 80s rocker to me.
Yeah.
Which is clearly just, you know, the same shape that Greg's hair was. It was just kind of fun. But like, God, whoever did the animation for this episode, I don't know who. I think it's like whoever does the storyboard for it. They kind of revolve it around that. Or I mean, if you guys know, feel free to comment because I would love to know.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, like the episode was just really cool. All the animation was really great. Just when there needed to be motion, there was motion. When there needed to be silliness with Peridot in the bathroom, there was silliness.
Yeah.
When like all the shots, all the punchlines, all the comedic shots were just really, really well done.
Yeah.
So
it was very good. Good art, guys.
good.
Nice.
I give this episode a 5 out of 5.
Yay. Oh, here's something to think about real quick. Are we ever going to see Yellow Diamond? It doesn't seem like there's ever going to be a reason for her to come to Earth. Peridot says that the cluster's going to happen and it's going to destroy everything on Earth, so there's no reason for Yellow Diamond to come somewhere where it's unnecessarily dangerous. And, I mean, there's... Obviously, Yellow Diamond hasn't been in contact with Peridot for a long time. It hasn't even tried.
You know what I think is going to happen? I think what's going to happen is we're going to go through this Peridot arc because, come on, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yellow Diamond, though, whatever the cluster is, I don't think it's like the gem equivalent of a nuclear bomb. I think it's
I think of it like, you remember Fantastic Four 2? Yeah, I think of it like Destroyer of Worlds. Yeah.
You thinking of Galactus?
Yeah, that. I'm thinking Galactus. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it's just gonna... She said shattered, and I know she means, like, that's the gem form of dying, is your gem shattering or whatever. But I when she said that, I imagined the whole world just, like, blowing up, and this Galactus-type creature is just gonna walk on over to the other home world and be like, okay, I did it.
I mean, it's really cool how the team kind of gives us hints of what the future is like, and it's one of those things where it does get a little irritating just because it's like, just tell us the fucking answers. But I mean, there are moments though where I feel like it's acceptable, and having Steven as young as he is as a character makes sense. You don't want to tell a child this information.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, I mean, that's just, you know, that's a theory.
Yeah. Don't do it until I can hear it in your voice.
Anyways, guys,
yeah.
Any final thoughts?
Do you think Peridot will join the Crystal Gems?
No.
Really?
I think that what will happen is we'll go through our character arc, but just like Lapis, I think that something will happen. I feel like we're building up to something. I want them both.
I just want to see them. I want them to get their goddamn Yellow Diamond insignia off of them, because it just doesn't belong.
Well, they're going to reform eventually, right?
I guess so. Oh, no. Babies. Just keep them safe. Rebecca Sugar, I know you're listening. I know you can hear me. Keep Lapis and Peridot safe. If anything happens to them, I will find you. Okay. Goodbye.
Watch Rebecca Sugar just write down like kill Lapis.
No, Rebecca Sugar, no.
Peridot.
Bad, not what I said.
All right. Take it easy, guys.
Bye.